Hello everybody and welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Mania. And today we have the Green Ranger from Power Rangers, or Green Samurai Ranger from Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm being my third favorite Power Ranger series of all time, right behind SPD and Dino Thunder. Yes, I know I am a Disney era Power Rangers fan. If you didn't watch my previous two, or my first two of these SooSoo figures, then this is your opportunity to know that the Disney era of Power Rangers is my favorite, and there is no better era of Power Rangers, and you'll just have to accept that SPD, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder are some of my favorite Power Rangers shows because they're the best ones. So here we have the Green Ranger from Ninja Storm, who is Cam, the son of their sensei, and he gets the samurai power, which gives him the ability to look freaking awesome. And I'm super happy to have this guy, and I'm super excited to get this guy broken open. But first, we do have to talk about this box, because it is just like all the others. You see the design of the Ranger helmet, but it doesn't show you too much, so it doesn't have to reveal anything. On these sides here, you can see like the chest bits, which look fantastic, back all the way around to the front with that beautiful helmet design. So anyway, I can't wait any longer. So let's get him out of the box and onto the spinning turntable. So here we have one of the few Rangers that'll ever come with a second helmet, because obviously SooSoo Toys was not going to engineer a way to flip the helmet around and make it look natural, because it doesn't really look natural in the show either. So here he is in his regular mode, where he's got this lovely chest armor. His helmet has the star on the, or I guess the star shape on the front. It looks fantastic. I love the way everything comes together between the chainmail, the green, and the gold. It is a lovely color scheme that you don't get to see very often, because there aren't too many greens in Power Rangers. But obviously here we do have some green, and I'm envious of how good he looks compared to so much other things in life. But I'm just happy to have him, and I'm happy that I got a chance to get him at all, and hopefully we get some more Ninja Storm figures in the future, because the Thunder Rangers along with the Wind Rangers would look awesome. So how about we get this guy off of that spinning turntable and talk about him a little bit more, and I'll show you the second mode as well. So we do have a fun couple accessories here. We have his sword, which looks lovely with this the green hilt, and this like microphone looking piece here that leads up to the gold and green, up to the silver on the the blade part. Just a fantastically made sword that just slides right in there perfectly fine. The base here does have his the points there as well, which do look really nice, and it just adds to his design overall. He also has his little, I'm gonna call it his morpher, because it pretty much is in the show. He uses this, and he does his thing. Super cool little piece. I love it. But he also comes with a yellow baseball for some reason, and I'm not quite sure why. I've been trying to figure it out. I've done a little bit of looking into it, and I just can't seem to figure out where this baseball comes from. But that's just a thing. He does have his second helmet, which is virtually his regular helmet, but flipped. If you recall, this is how he powers up to his Super Samurai mode, which again I will bring out in a little bit. But first we have to talk about the considerably better looking mode, in my opinion, the one with his chest armor. So here we have the Green Samurai Ranger looking fantastic. So this helmet is one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites in Power Rangers because a lot of them look really good, but this is up there. I love this. Where's the sword? There it is. I love the way the gold here accents the black really nicely. I think it is so finely put together. It droops down just enough where it sticks out just enough to kind of add some depth to it. The visor being this weird, like, 4-pointed shape here is super cool. And you'll see it's kind of consistent of a theme here, where you'll see this kind of ideal or shape all over the place. He's got gold here that kind of leads to like this earmuff kind of feeling. And it's got a very nice profile where it leads back to a point, which, if it wasn't obvious already, is the second visor here. You can see it's on the back. It looks nice. It's got this like kind of like a pointy bit to it, kind of like an angry bird, and not the ones that you're thinking about. Which leads to this nice little white outline here for where usually a Power Ranger's succulent lips would be, but in this case it's just visor, which is my favorite thing. I'm not huge on the Power Rangers mouth thing. I'm kind of glad that that kind of phased out a bit, because I think just having like a visor in a nice design like this, or you know, the Dino Thunder Rangers, is much preferable to weird Power Ranger eyes with mouth. I don't know, the mouth just doesn't do it for me. But anyway, moving down, we have this beautiful chest armor here, which continues that theme of the 4-pointed shape here. I don't know if that has a name. You'll know that this chest piece is in the right spot when it kind of covers the back piece. It's supposed to kind of represent that. At the same time, it's hiding a second shape, which is fun. It's a fun little bit. I remember when this went up and the teaser showed, everyone was like, why is 3-0, or 3-0, I keep saying 3-0, I'm so sorry. Why is SooSoo Toys making a Green Ranger from Power Rangers Mighty Morphin? That doesn't make any sense. And I was the one who pointed out, I'm like, bro, that's Ninja Storm. That's not Mighty Morphin. And everyone's like, oh my God, we don't care. Who are you again? And I was like, don't you know who I am? I'm the #1 6-skill Power Ranger reviewer of all times, that Mania, that you should subscribe to right now. But yes, I like that this kind of has a reminiscence of the Green Ranger chest armor here. Obviously, he likes to leave the buttons unbuttoned because it adds that extra bit of flair. Coming around the back, he does have a nice bit here, but it does have that Green Ranger feeling with these like pointed bits. It is nice. I love 6 Ranger designs. They always go extra, and it always looks super good. And they always have some sort of weird, I swear, most 6 Rangers have some sort of weird chest thing for the longest time. But yes, it does look really good, and it's accented by these silver, like this chainmail arm look, which is the coolest thing. I think like a chainmail arm on a Power Ranger is the coolest. That leads down to this green, you know, wrist piece here. More gold and green, which, you know, that's his thing. So that's perfectly fine with me. I think this look is phenomenal overall. Coming down, you got normal legs down to the boots, which have a little bit of gold at the top, but pretty much a slightly different shade of green, so you don't get sick of that lighter green overall. And it just leads up to a very fantastic looking Ranger. So if you're wondering how you go about switching him into his super mode, all you have to do is, there's a little piece here on the side, lifting that arm. You'll see there's a little latch. You'd think they'd be a little bit simpler, but there's a little latch here. You'll just want to pull this string out, take the helmet off, and that should slide off. It does come with a second belt, so you can put that around him, so he can still have his belts without looking stupid. It's just a matter of kind of getting the strap in there and holding it in. So you can see it's just a strap like that. You pretty much just got to pull it out. You could slide it through all the way, but since I'm just switching it out, I'm just doing that for now. You would ideally also put the blade through. So you'd want to take the sheath out and put the blade on, but I forgot to just now, so I'm not going to. But you can see the chest piece here is different than it previously was. There is a lot different of a shape going on here, as opposed to the, you know, that 4-pointed shape. It is now more of like a sprawled out wing kind of look, which is also pretty cool. He does feel like he's lacking now that he's removed his gold, like that gold chest plate that stands out so nicely. But these shoulders do flare out just a little bit to kind of cover up just slightly and make it feel a little bit more in depth and not just like, you know, normal like just arms to shoulders kind of fabric one-piece suit. You can see here the helmet is obviously slightly different, whereas opposed to it being on the back, it's now on the front, and you could tell because the white piece here is now right here. I'm not a huge fan of this look overall. I think his main look looked much better. I'm not quite sure what they were going with this one. Maybe just like he can move a bit better. But it's not really the look for me overall. And technically speaking, they'd want you to use the sword like this now, like a big club, because the sheath is also detached. So you can just pop it on there. But again, I'm not a huge fan of this look, so I won't be using it anytime soon. But that is up to you overall. But what is up to me now is going over some comparisons. And since I don't have any Ninja Storm currently, we're just going to look at all of the SooSoo Toys Power Rangers that have released all together currently, since this is the last one of the Wave 1. It is really weird seeing the Zeo Gold Ranger here, mainly because like everything else kind of was released around the same time, but for whatever reason, they went, you know, Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm, and then Zeo. Definitely a weird choice for an extra Ranger if they were going to try to stick to a theme or like a grouping. The Zeo Gold stands out like a sore thumb because, I mean, he is a bit older than the rest of these guys. Doesn't mean he's bad by any means. It's just a little odd of a choice when you're looking at all the other ones. But I'm super happy to finally have all 4 of the original release SooSoo Toys, the Power Rangers, in my collection. They're going to look great on the shelf, probably not together, because not everyone here has a together theme. I'm talking about you, Gold Ranger. But they will look great kind of near each other. It's like high school, you know, you know people, but like you're not friends. You don't sit at the same table, but you might look at each other every now and then and wave or something. That's what these guys are. And that's all they'll need to be, really. I mean, I got 2 pals here. I got somebody who'll get along with them because he's chilled with them before. And I've got this guy who's probably never even thought of these people in his life. But anyway, now that we've seen them all together, let's take the last one and see how well he poses. So here we have him, and like normal, life ending 360 degrees. Head up that far, and head down that far. Not bad. The helmet is a bit loose. My peg, I don't know if it's just mine or just in general, but the head is a bit loose compared to what I feel like it should be. But just be careful and you should be fine. Arm goes up that far, just like Zeo. You're not going to get much because of that arm, that chest armor. Back that far, front that far. Hands refuse to stay on. SooSoo Toys hand pegs are notoriously bad. But you get a good bend there, so it's not too bad overall. You don't really get a crunch because of this armor. If you didn't have this on, you'd probably get a much better crunch. But you do still get a really good spread with a up that far and a back not much. But you get a really good knee bend and free articulation at the ankle. So you could still make it work and do a lot with it. Well, with all that, why don't we now, I guess, Ninja Storm our way to the end of the video. I can just not believe how many Power Rangers I have received in the last, month and a half. And we have another banger here overall. It's just it's a slew of good Power Rangers. Even the Toys Battalion ones have all been pretty good for the most part. I have not received a bad Power Ranger yet, which is crazy. I mean, they are quite simple overall, yes. But it is great knowing that there is some real effort being put into the Power Rangers / Super Sentai figures being produced here. And this guy is no different. He's fantastic. I cannot wait to see the Red Wind Ranger when he comes out. Hopefully we get maybe the Thunder Brothers here, and the yellow and the blue as well, to really finish up the line, since SooSoo Toys did such a fantastic job here with the first one. I really see some good more Power Rangers in the future, since they have those 5 more Red Rangers coming out. We'll just have to wait and see if anything else happens overall. If you felt like picking up this guy or the other SooSoo Toys Ninja Storm, or if you've picked up any of the other SooSoo Toys figures overall, or you just keep them with 3-0, feel free to let me know what your choices are, what you've been doing, how your Ranger collection is looking. I know mine is looking much bigger than it did about a year ago, which would just had, 6 Rangers in it. And actually, no, it had 8, because Lord Draken, and I had the White Ranger. I just got Ranger Slayer not too long ago as well, because I knew I'd be getting all these Rangers, and I felt like I needed her along with everybody else. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe to the #1 YouTube Power Rangers 6-scale reviewer of all time. Because, it takes a lot. Takes a lot to be the #1 6-scale Power Rangers YouTuber reviewer of all time. And the channel's been doing really nicely recently, and I'd love to keep that momentum up, because I've been having the time of my life doing stuff like this with you guys, and you guys are great to do stuff like this for. So I'd love to be able to keep that up and keep the ball rolling. And with all of that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and thank you for watching another 6-scale figure review. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.